All right, in this PowerPoint lesson, I want to cover charting. There's a lot of stuff here, so I'll try to get through it. If you want to insert a brand new chart, you would start probably with one of these slides that allows you to put in stuff, including charts. So I'm going to click on chart, and then you would choose the type of chart that you want, whether you want a column, bar, pie, whatever. And then you would hit OK. Now, in PowerPoint, unlike Excel, you select the data first. In PowerPoint, you ask for a chart, and then it gives you what I call dummy data. And then you replace this with whatever kind of data that you want to represent. So you would know what it is you want in here. And so you just replace these labels with whatever it is you need. So I'm just going to pause this for a bit and put some of my own data in here. So I simply put some of my own data, and I added a column, and it picked it up right away. It understood that I added some, and it produced my nice lovely chart in the background here. So pretty straightforward, easy peasy. We're going to get into some other things in a little bit here. I'm going to close just the data area here. We don't need to be able to see this right now. If you want to see it again, you simply go to Edit Data. And I believe it'll come up again. There it is. All right, so that's how you get back to your data. I want to show you that you can copy and paste from Excel. So if you've already got charts made in Excel, there's no need to redo them. So I'm going to just skip over to Excel here where I have a couple charts, and they're already done. So I'm simply going to right click on this guy and copy it, and then bring it into PowerPoint. Now, when I go to paste, I'm just going to right click here and show you what your options are, because they're pretty interesting and you should know them all. So here you have the ability to use the destination theme and embed the workbook. So in other words, we're going to have access to the data here. It'll be embedded. Here I can, whatever style or theme I have going with this presentation, I can choose the style over to this presentation, which is very interesting. Here I can use the destination theme and link the data. Now by linking the data, that means if it changes in the original file, it will automatically change here. That's very important to know. Here, just keep the source formatting and link the data. So these two allow you to link. So understand that you have the choice between embed and link. And this one here just puts it in as a picture, which of course you can do. But we're going to choose one of these. We're going to bring that in like that. And once you've brought it in, oh, you know what? Let me do the other one first. So we've got that one in, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to get this bar chart as well. So we're going to copy that and just go over to PowerPoint. So we're simply copying and pasting. It's really that easy, and then choosing the option that you want. So maybe I'll link this one. So once these are in, understand that there's, gosh, so many things that we can do with these charts. The first thing I would probably do is size it, right? So I come to the corner here, and I would size this so that it takes up more of my area so I can see it better. And then I'm going to go through the long laundry list of things that you can do to a chart. I'm going to start with this one, I guess, and I'll make this one bigger as well. So of course you can move the chart, size the chart. You need to know how to do that. Here you have the ability, so you have two toolbars for charts, and we're going to go over everything you can do. And so there's lots. So here I can ask to switch. If I don't like this the way this is laid out, if I want to see all of Joe's stuff and all of John's stuff and all of Walter's stuff together instead of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday together, you simply come to this button here and bam, all of Joe's stuff is together, John's stuff is together, and Walter's stuff is together. So it's that easy to change that. I can go back to the data and edit the data if I wanted to. All right. I'm just going to keep going through this toolbar, I suppose. If I wanted to change the chart type, I can do that. I can change this to a bar chart if I wanted to. All right. I can make it a 3D clustered bar chart that easily. Now, while I'm in this neighborhood, I might as well just go into here. You've got all these different chart styles. So if they're asking for a chart style, these are the ones that you have available. All right. Thankfully, there's not too many. It's not that confusing. I'm going to stick with that one. Then you can change the colors. So the color scheme of your chart, and I'm just hovering here, and it's giving me a wonderful preview of what this would look like. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so good. I like the colorful ones a lot better, right? So I'm going to stick with that one for now, just so you know. Quick layouts. These are interesting, all right? So these add things. So they all have names to them. So understand there's layout 1, layout 2. So if a book or a test is asking you for one of these layouts, understand that they're here. This is the one that includes data. So your data area is right in there. Very interesting. Some of them have a legend. Some of them have the numbers right on the categories, right? Right there. So understand you can change your layout, all right? So now we've got just this basic layout, and you're able to add elements, you're able to remove elements, many choices here. So right from here, we've already got axes, right? So primary vertical is the names of the guys right here, right? And if you wanted to omit that, it's gone. If you wanted it back, you simply come here and you bring it back, right? So, and this would be horizontal. So if for some reason your chart is missing one of those, you can add it. And then you have the titles. So if you wanted to give these a title, you can. So here I've got it in, and now of course I can edit it. So just double clicking in there, and then here I can put days. And when you're done, you're done. And then here I can have names. And then once they're in there, you can move them around, right? So none of this is stuck. So I can move this here. There you go. Back to here, chart title. If you don't like this chart title, or it could be above, it could be in the middle. It's not hovering to show me what that would look like, so it just looks like that. All right, and then back to chart title. I can ask for none if I wanted to, and then there's more options here as far as what you can do with it. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Data labels, those are called data callouts. Very interesting. Not necessary on this type, but those are your options. Data table, right? So that's how you can see your table at the bottom. If you don't want to choose it from a quick layout, you can insert it like this, all right? So quick layout allows you to quickly and easily tell PowerPoint which one of these things you want, but if you want to customize it individually, this is where you come. Grid lines, you can ask for all kinds of grid lines in the back, or ask to not see any grid lines in the back. And legend, right? So your legend is down here. It's showing you what these things are. Sometimes you don't want a legend. It doesn't make any sense, but in this particular case, it makes an awful lot of sense. And you can determine where it is you want it. So if you thought it would look better on the right-hand side, you can put it on the right-hand side. And again, once it's in, you can click on these things and you can move them around. Now, I'm going to bring this back to I'm going to switch the type of chart this is once again. I'm going to bring it back to a column chart because I thought it looked better. I'm going to go 3D and I'm going to go OK. And then I'm going to take this legend. I don't want the legend at the bottom again. So I'm going to go to legend and ask for it to be at the bottom. That's really sweet. Works really well. Names, maybe. Names was supposed to be here. And days doesn't really make any sense anymore, so I'm going to delete that. Okay. Along the things that we can do to a chart is the fact that I can ask to see this in a 3D, like rotate the 3D, because it's a 3D. So I'm simply going to right click and 3D rotation. This menu comes up, and all you need to do is play with these numbers. And you see how now this is kind of turned on its side, and I can also rotate this way. So if it's asking you to do a three-dimensional rotation, the steps are simply right-click on the chart and go to 3D rotation, and then play with the X and Y factors. That is a very cool thing. So yes, I know I'm inundating you with information, but there is this much information for you to know. I believe we've exhausted everything from this menu, so now is the time to go to the Format menu. And the Format menu in and of itself allows you to pretty much anything that you can click or double click or right click you can format. All right. And that means, the background, you can change the color of the background. You can change the color of the grid lines. You can change the color of the numbers. And I'm saying color. Sorry. What I mean is you can change everything about it. You can change the fill, the outline, the effects. You can change the styles. Right? So they're all going to have their own little styles here that you can choose from. So understand that a test, an exam, can ask you to edit anything that's inside this chart. And just understand that you need to be able to click on that element and then find whatever formatting it is they're wanting you to apply. So you've got the shape styles, you've got shape effects, you've got the word art style. So here, these are all word art styles. So anything that has words on it can be edited with word art styles, right? That looks like heck, but I just wanted you to know that you can apply that to anything. So if they want you to apply a word art style to the title, you can do that. So all of these things on this menu are available. So once again, just to reiterate, I know I'm repeating myself, but if you're wondering if you can do something, you can double click, and you'll usually get this kind of a menu, format data point, and you'll have some things available to you. You can right click, and you'll have the ability to format data series here. And again, you'll get the same, I believe you'll get the same menu. So format data point came up, and then if I right click, format data point once again comes up. So right click, double clicking pretty much produces the same menu, and it opens up just a world of things that you can do to whatever element you happen to click on. One thing I like to do that I'm able to do in Excel, and I'd like to do it here, I like my three-dimensional pies, but by clicking on the chart, I like to go to right click and format chart area. And what I'm looking for is my ability to explode the pie. So here, if you move that up a little bit, it breaks the pie up. And I see this a lot, right? And I really like that. And this legend's really small for my liking, so I would probably grow that legend and change the font sizes in there. And again, if you can click it, you can change the size, right? So I would probably grow that. And then maybe use my format painter. And then, of course, I would have to make this legend a lot bigger so that everything would fit. Okay. I believe I've gone over every possibility. I know you're not going to memorize them all, but you've probably gotten really good at finding stuff by now and understand that there is a lot of stuff available, and I hope that you can find it when you need to.